Hi there, Rob speaking. Just another quick one today on how to deal with difficult conversations. Now, we're very lucky in the sense that we have a very good acronym for this, which is called DESC. So it's D-E-S-C. So it's quite easy to remember. Now, when you have a difficult conversation with someone, the very first thing you have to do is describe what's going on. So let's imagine you've already invited the person to, and then you describe to them what's going on. For example, let's say they're being late. Then you can say, well, first of all, the reason that you're here today is because I want to talk to you about your consistent lateness and, become really consistent recently. And it's too much because it's not just 2 minutes or 3 minutes. This is half an hour to an hour that you're late. So you've described what the situation is. Then there's the E, which is the explanation. You explain why this is so important. For example, you could explain that this has become a bit of a problem for the person's colleagues who are actually having to do extra work because the person is not there on time. You could also tell them that, in actual fact, we're having a lot of customer complaints now due to don't have enough people staffing, if we're talking about a customer-facing situation, for example. And this is directly due to your lateness. And the other thing, of course, is that we can't accept this either in terms of the team, either in terms of the customers. And I, myself, I'm fairly disappointed by this whole thing. So, as you can see, you can also use a bit of emotion for the E2 whilst you're explaining. You can tell someone you are disappointed, you didn't expect this from them, this type of thing can be said at that stage. Then, of course, there has to be some sort of specification, there has to be some sort of solution, which is the S. So then you would be asking the person, first and foremost, you would ask them, do you have a solution for this problem? What's actually happening? How are you actually going to solve this? And give the person a chance to solve the solution, find the solution themselves. If they can't, then you'll have to specify very precisely what your expectation is moving forward. For example, in this case, you would say, yes, well, from now, as of tomorrow, I'll expect you to be on time. Or if you've agreed something else, I would say from next week, because the person has a personal problem to solve, you'll specify that as from next week, as of next Monday, their hours will change so that to make sure that they are on time, or they'll keep the same hours, but they have to be in time in any case, and they have to take an earlier train or an earlier to get to work. So specification has to be made and the solution has to be given. Better if it comes from the other person, of course, but in any case, a specification and a solution has to be found. And then, of course, there's a C at the end, and the C at the end is what? It's the consequences. So basically, either positive, either negative. So in the case where everything gets back into order and this person starts coming to work on time, then positive consequences is anything from getting on better with the other team members, to customer satisfaction improving, to their own personal performance improving, which will be noted during their evaluation at the end of the year. Of course, that there's been an improvement, and with everything that goes with that, perhaps even a promotion is in the air. Who knows? But in any case, that's positive consequences. Of course, the negative consequences would be, for example, if I'm afraid that if this should continue after us agreeing today that we found a solution and we specified the solution together, if this should continue, that the next time we'll see each other won't be for a conversation like we're having today. We will actually be finding ourselves in a disciplinary situation. You do understand. And that way, the person has all the consequences. The person has had a description of what's going on. They've had the explanation of why it's important. They've also had a chance to solve it themselves, and make specifications themselves. You can then specify, if they can't, what the solution actually is going to be. And then the positive and negative consequences can be pointed out and underlined at the end of the meeting. So, once again, DESC. So describe, explain, then give the specifications or the solution, or get it from the person, and then explain the consequences. So I hope that's been helpful for everyone that's going to be faced as a manager with difficult conversations in the future. In any case, great seeing you all again. Thank you very much for your time, and see you soon again for some more on management. Bye-bye. Bye.